All right, welcome into another college football bowl preview. We have the Rate Bowl today. This is Thursday at 5 p.m. This is in Phoenix, Arizona, between 7-5 Rutgers and 8-4 Kansas State. Kansas State is a 6.5 point favorite. Over under is 50.5. Again, make sure you do check out the opt outs. From what I'm seeing, Rutgers star running back Monahan or whatever his name is a potential opt out. So I'm not sure what his status is. They do have a linebacker, a corner, and a safety hitting the transfer portal. As for Kansas State, they are going to be without a right tackle, running back, cornerback, and wide receiver. But make sure you do double check all the opt outs from whatever sites you're looking at to get the best information on this. Kansas State, disappointing season. They were, I think, tied, or if not, one of the top three to win the Big 12. Kind of collapsed. 8-4 is not terrible, but they had bigger and better aspirations. Rutgers was kind of right where they were at, 7-5. I think they're projected 6-6, so a little bit better than projection. But Rutgers has had a couple big wins this season, which is kind of crazy for a Rutgers team that usually is a laughing stock of the Big Ten. They had a very solid win, 41-14 against Michigan State. They had a 31-17 win against Maryland, a 26-19 win against Minnesota. Again, not fantastic wins from another team, but when you're Rutgers, these are big wins for them. They beat Washington, Virginia Tech. So they do have a couple quality wins. I'm just gonna go with Kansas State in this game. Kansas State's quarterback is still playing. He is a sophomore. He is a phenomenal player. He's going to be the best athlete on the field. Kansas State underperformed all year. Rutgers, like I said, had a couple big wins, but I think Kansas State is going to end this season on a high note to prepare for next year, where again they are receiving that quarterback coming back. He will be one of the top, I would say top 10, maybe even top 5 in the Heisman picks. I did put a wager on him to win Heisman this year. Unfortunately, I think I was a year too soon, but he will be back, and he is a phenomenal runner, not the best passer, but so I think they're going to end this season on a high note. I know Rutgers had a pretty good story. They made it to a bowl game, I think the second year in a row. That could be a lie. But I think Kansas State is going to be a little too much for Rutgers. How about you?
Yeah, we're going to be head to head on this game, and I actually like Rutgers quite a bit. And it's really just how these two seasons went. Like you said, Kansas State kind of disappointed in their season. 8-4, they were sitting at 7-1, just off a win against their rival Kansas. And then the wheels kind of fell off there. Finished 1-3 on the season. Made a subpar bowl game against Rutgers when 2 months ago, they were potentially looking at a playoff spot, if not a pretty big bowl game. Rutgers, on the other hand, they started 4-0 before dropping 4. So just 4 weeks left on the year. They needed 2 wins, all in conference. They had a ranked Illinois team in there to make a bowl game. And as you mentioned it, they had kind of convincing wins over Minnesota, Maryland, and Michigan State, 2 of which on the road. Um, I really like how they finished at Michigan State, 41-14 in that game. Michigan State was playing for a bowl game berth, and Rutgers really put it to them in their home stadium. So I don't know. I just think Rutgers is kind of flying high with the way they ended their season. You kind of mentioned, they're right where they should be. This was their ceiling on the year. They never had bowl game or playoff aspirations like K-State did. So I think Rutgers is going to be the team that wants to finish well. I think K-State's probably a little disappointed on where they finished. So I like Rutgers plus the points here. And I wouldn't be shocked if Rutgers gets the outright win.
Yeah, the beauty of deferring sides here is that you guys get the best information on both sides here. So good luck to whatever you guys are picking. Again, not the greatest game, but we do have some bigger and better bowl games coming up. Make sure you do stay tuned over on our channel. Until then, guys, make sure you do like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Share it to a couple buddies. That also helps our page grow. But until then, we'll see you guys in the next episode.
You better start listening to the Better in Green podcast. You will not regret it. Trust me, trust me, trust me. And hey, I'm Dean Blandino.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, eh? Listening to cash out, that's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover old spot from the bottom to the top. Hey, shout out to Ethan, shout out to Wyatt, shout out to Ben. Welcome, welcome to our podcast. green.